right, whatever. This is round 2. We don't need it. We back.
Oh, that caught me so off guard.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Just YouTube being YouTube. Sorry about that, guys. What a pain in the butt.
funny,
And we were
yo.
getting to the end of it. So we just appreciate you guys
Yeah.
being back. Natalia, take two. Thank you for being back. Anna, love the pick. Thank you very much.
Oh my
Appreciate
gosh.
that.
That was so, dude.
What happened?
I don't think you realized like
It was, man. It was an LA based
funny.
YouTube infiltrator.
Yeah,
There
they're trying to take us down. They're
trying to
getting
take us
hacked.
down. They can't handle us. They can't.
They were
handle
so
us.
upset for the 3-1 win and us showing them how bad we beat them that they just had to take it down. They were like, "We're not going to live through this again. We're not going to stand for this."
You can't take us down. You can't shut us down. You can do everything. You can close. We're still here. We're back. That's what Messi and Co does. We're back, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. Thought that FBI broke in. Dude.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it did. It was just like, where did everybody go? We're getting comments like, where you guys at? It says taken down, but we're back. And we were getting towards the end of that game. But basically, okay, so we went through the game. What we're going to try to do is see if we can recover the video, and then we'll stitch this up into a nice video for you guys, and we'll post it in case you want to rewatch it, or if you're just getting in now for the first time. We basically just went through an entire replay of the game and the whole thing, so we'll put that up on the YouTube feed once it's done, and try to figure out a way to not get it taken down again. But hey, we live our lives on the edge. We're risky like that. We do that for you guys. We put it all on the line. If you ever thought and wonder where do these guys have the passion, we do. We take risks, man.
Absolutely.
But yeah, okay. So we went through that. I guess like what are kind of some of your key takeaways from that game in regards to like players? Was there any player that you thought, and this is something that Ashley likes to do for us, like the struggling player or the player
that's right.
shine. So let's do that in I almost said memorial, Mike, but she's still with us. It's just she's not here now, so it wouldn't be memorial.
Ashley's not dead, Gian.
Yeah. No, it'd be in honor. There you go, in honor of Ashley. She's not here right now.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah. So like,
you want to go first, or do you want to talk about the worst player first or the best player?
Yeah, go ahead. Who do you think struggled? Go, and then
okay.
I'll piggyback off of you.
I don't want to take the easy route and say Cello. Because like everyone knows, if they've been watching, that I've been the biggest Cello hater.
Yeah.
But I would only say that he struggled because he was literally getting cooked by Bouanga the whole game. But I mean, like, we were able to deal with it and put up with it, and luckily he wasn't able to capitalize on anything. But I think that was literally the one downfall that Cello had the whole game. And I think honestly that's probably it was either that, or maybe I would say Redondo, because he almost threw the whole game at the end. I don't know if you remember. Like, he turned the ball over.
He forgot he was in the middle of almost like a game. He just nonchalantly was just had his back towards them and was just walking with the ball like nothing.
And I didn't think he had a bad game. Like, he just had a really bad moment there that almost cost us the whole game.
Yeah.
But I would say, I don't know. I would give it a Cello just because he just kept getting cooked, and like there was just no way of stopping it.
But is it Cello himself, or is it Cello being the unlucky one to be on Bouanga's side? Because who is Bouanga not cooking?
I know, but it's like,
Ian, I don't know.
He probably is. No, actually, no, I don't know. But Lujan did well. No, against he wasn't playing Bouanga. He wasn't facing Bouanga. He was facing the other guy.
Lujan played right back, and Lujan and Bouanga was playing on the left also.
Oh, what? So he was. Lujan, I don't know. Whatever. It's hard for me to give somebody who played bad, because I think overall, as a team, we did really, really well. And even if nobody had maybe below average performances, I thought we either had good or above, because everybody put in the effort, everybody put in that the work, the dedication, the heart, the passion to win this game. And it may have not shown that maybe in the first 10-15 minutes, but then after that point, and especially after we scored that first goal, we were just kind of all in. So I don't know. I mean, like I'm curious to see like who you would pick as your struggling player now.
Was Ustari the worst and the best player in the game?
Because he punched the ball away, and you're making him the worst, and then
No,
because he saved us, I don't know.
I'm joking. I'm just saying because
That's funny.
I'm joking because he had some moments that were not
Because
good.
if you're sticking with that, I'm sticking with Cheto.
No, Ustari. Okay, so let's go back, I guess, to the struggling play. I understand the Noah one because he was getting cooked. My only rebuttal, and I wouldn't even say so much a rebuttal, but more of like a caveat to that, is just that it was. I mean, he was put in front of Bonga. Like,
right?
That's
Yeah.
That's his position. Bonga is the most. He was put in front of the most dynamic, fast, playmaking player on that team, and he was going to struggle. And I think anybody would have struggled. I don't know to what extent, but I think anybody would have had a hard time, I think, against that player.
Yeah.
So he did get cooked.
I never said that they weren't. I'm just saying, you just asked me who struggled, and that was the one.
And I think it makes sense. It makes sense what you said. Sure. I do think that he did, especially at the beginning, though he was getting cooked on some plays, he did show like huevos. Like he was not afraid to sacrifice his body and go in hard as hell, pound. Like that dude, at least props in that aspect. Struggle. Would you think what if I told you I thought Tadeo Allende struggled a little bit? Would that be a crazy thing to say? And not to say that he was the worst player or anything like that.
I need you to back it up, though. I need you to back it up. What made him struggle? Like what did you see in Tadeo that was like, like he didn't? Was it because like he didn't really do anything?
I think he didn't make the runs that we've been accustomed to.
Sure.
That we mentioned earlier before the FBI took down our episode, but we talked about how he's the biggest danger on the scoring end for Inter Miami, other than Messi at this point. And we've seen a lot of great things from him, runs in behind, where it allows guys like Messi or whoever has or Telasco to put in really, good balls into him. I think that we didn't see too much of that from him. And I think why I'm picking him is because I think I had the highest expectation from him on the scoring, and maybe more than I should, because what you said before, that he's coming back from injury. So obviously that was tough, but I just thought like, okay, other than Messi, he's probably the guy that has the biggest chance and that we need the most to score. And he didn't really provide that. So I'm going kind of down that route. Not to say that he played bad, because I think most of these players had really good games.
Yeah. 1000%. But this is a hard question, what we're doing right now.
But it's based off of just, I guess, my expectation, I think.
Sure.
More than anything.
Yeah. 1000%. And that's why I didn't choose like Tadeo. Like in theory, I guess technically when you look at it from an outside perspective, he didn't I don't know if he didn't do much. In my opinion, I still think that he tried to get into the positions and try to put himself in situations where he can score or be somewhat threatening. But of course, he wasn't at 100%, maybe you could say. And to me, it was expected because like I said, he was just coming off that injury. He missed a lot of games, a lot of weeks off. And a lot of people, I guess like yourself, had a lot of high expectations on the scoring end. And I made sure not to put that expectation for me personally.
Yeah, you mentioned that at the beginning. Yep.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I didn't really, but I guess you could say, like, I guess you can give it a Tadeo. At the end of the day, I feel like there's no answer to this question because I think it's just kind of, I guess, opinion. We're just critiquing just to critique.
And since we're on this note, I guess, who would you say, what are your thoughts on Telasco? I've just felt like Telasco maybe has been a little lost as of late.
You think he was lost today or not today?
Yes, last night. Yeah, I felt like he was a little bit lost. Maybe I expected, and seemingly, I felt like he did a little better once he paired up with Redondo. He looked a little better in my position, in my eyes. I felt like he had a little bit more. He affected the game a little bit more when he was with Redondo. He was able to make a few passes that he wasn't making when he was higher up on that left side. I may be off on that. I don't know. What do you feel? Or am I just making things up?
No. I don't think you're making it up at all. Like, I also thought he had a pretty mid
Yeah,
performance. And honestly, I probably could have chosen Tabasco now that,
yeah.
now that we're actually
Like
talking
not
about it.
bad, just
Right.
not
Yeah.
too
It
much of an
wasn't bad. It
impact.
wasn't horrible. But like you said, and like we, as doing the show now and for a couple of episodes, like we have been saying that Telasco has been looking a little off these last couple
Yeah.
of games, probably since he's returned to the international break.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really hoping for Telasco to step it up just a little bit, give us that old Telasco Segovia that just arrived at Inter
Yeah.
Miami, showing us the flair, the technique, the running back and forth, up and down the pitch, really, really creating a lot of heat on his heat map, right? And he was trying to be pretty, I guess, involved. I mean, he was trying to get pretty involved. I don't think he had like that many passes or anything like that. It was just but I definitely would have liked to have seen a little bit more from Telasco. I think if we would have seen a little bit more from Telasco last night, I feel like we could have been like 10 times better than how we actually did. Because I think in reality, at the end of the day, it would, because we did see, actually, now that I'm saying this, we did see Telasco link up a little bit with Messi and Suarez when he would get into central areas.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it would still be like Messi and Suarez, and then whoever else would try to get involved. Like, it was just kind of them kind of carrying everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, but before I say it, I guess let's just we finish this part. Who is the best player on the team, or who had the best performance of the night? I think there's two. So whoever you don't say, I'm gonna go with the other guy. I think there's two top performances. You can go with the easy one.
It has to be. It has to be. I'm trying to think of what you're trying to think, but I'm just like, if it has to be Messi.
Okay, so go ahead, go with Messi then, and then
fine. I'll just stick with Messi. I'll stick with it, but it has to be Messi scoring the 2 goals. But not only scoring the 2 goals, like he was everywhere. And like, I feel like it's very difficult not to give Messi a man of the match here. I feel like I know who you're gonna say, but it's very difficult not to give Messi the man of the match here, because he was quite literally everywhere. He was creating, he was passing, he was trying to get into the spaces, he was trying to hook his players up with opportunities to score. And he was so determined, so motivated, so fired up to win this game in the best possible way that he had to give. Like, he knew he had to step it up, and we saw that. So like, when Messi knows he has to step it up, he'll step up, and that's why I'm giving him man of the match. And that's why we're through the semifinals. If it wasn't for his golazo of a first goal and his penalty kick in the second.
Yeah, just Messi doing Messi things.
Yeah,
what you expect from him, you expect no less. So it's not like a surprise.
But it's crazy. It's a crazy expectation to have. I mean, like, yeah, he's a crazy, but like, this is something you wouldn't expect from any other player.
And he's done it so many times. Obviously, for Barca, like.
But it's not normal, is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is not like, from a Messi standpoint, yes, but like, from a footballing standpoint, this is not a normal thing to happen. When a player needs to step up in the manner that Messi steps up, and like, normally it doesn't happen. Either the pressure gets to you, or maybe it's like a skill thing. Messi does it every single time.
Yeah.
And I will never get over it. And he'll have my man of the match any day of the week.
Yeah. I mean, there have been multiple occasions that Inter Miami looks like they're sitting ducks and they're out of the game and they don't have a chance. Even though yesterday they never seemed like they were out. But
no,
it certainly looked like a daunting task, even though you're at home.
Yes.
In such an important game, in a quarterfinal, where it doesn't matter what team you're playing. If it's a quarterfinal of the Champions Cup, there's a reason that other team is playing you, and they're typically good. And any team that comes to play against Inter Miami, whether they're the worst team in the league at that point, they're gonna look like the first or second best team when they play you, Inter Miami, because that always happens. So it would look like a daunting task, but with Messi, you kind of never lost faith, and you've seen Messi do this in Barca. You've seen Messi do this in Argentina, and you've even seen, this isn't the first time Messi has done this sort of thing here at Inter Miami. So he's saved us on multiple times. We can all remember that historic free kick that he did on his first game ever. That was insane. I remember being there, and that was just out of this world. So anytime Messi has an opportunity to put the team on his shoulders, he's going to do it, and he did that last night. And I agree with you; he's very deserved of the man of the match. To me, I had one, but then you guys in chat commented, which actually you may remember who you could give another man of the match to. Like, we'll go to this one. What a game for Messi, who you mentioned, but Ustadi and Allen.
Yeah,
100%. And then another Ustadi. Messi led the team. Yeah. So I was gonna say Noah Allen because I thought Noah Allen just did it incredible for the team. He just what we were talking about previously. He's typically in the right place to cut plays off, but even when he's not, he doesn't care. He gets back in time and recovers perfectly. He never gives up. He's fast when he needs to be. His IQ, I think, has gotten better with every game that he plays. He's grown so much. A kid that was thrown into this team at a young age out of necessity because of injuries, wasn't supposed to be getting this much playing time so early, but he's grown into it. He has had to switch positions, started out as a left back. Tata made him into a center back. He took that on. The professionalism is incredible right there, the growth. And now Aviles was a guy that you never imagined would not be in your starting 11 going into a Champions Cup match. And now you've got Noah Allen over him. That's incredible. I think that speaks volumes because Aviles is not some chump that is it's not a big deal having him I think on the bench. He's a starting caliber center back, has done very well despite having some issues, disciplinary issues here and there. But other than that, he's done very well for us. But Noah Allen, skill set is incredible, and his IQ, and I think his poise, right? I just mentioned about some of the disciplinary issues that Aviles has had to deal with, sometimes leaving this team down a man in very important matches. I think that may be one of the things that kind of gives the nod to Noah Allen over maybe Aviles, is also the fact that you can bank on him staying on the pitch and not leaving you down a man in a really important game. So kudos to him. He did very good in this match. And he could be my man of the match. And the other one would be, if just to have some fun here, Ustadi too. As you said,
I give it all three of them too.
Yeah, the amount of saves that he had. We went over that at the end, that fingertip save that was going in minute 87 or 88. If that goes in, we need another goal within the minute left in regular time, plus 5 or 6 minutes in stoppage time.
That's like an unthinkable thing. Like, you can't.
That would have been really tough to overcome. And if it wasn't for Ustadi, we may not even be in right now going to the semifinals.
I agree.
I think what I was going to bring up, if I could remember, was let's see, just talking about this team in general, talking about defense and offense. Okay, it was, I think Inter Miami hasn't had any big issues getting into the final third. They've basically been the team to keep possession of the ball. We see at the end of the games, they end up with 62, 63% possession. That's not been an issue. What I think has been an issue is when they get to the final third, the accuracy and the precision in the passing, their shots on goal, or their shots haven't been on target. They've gone wide. We've seen Suarez struggle that. Very uncharacteristic. Some of the shots that he would have made last season, he's missing right in front of the goal. Do you kind of see the same thing with the offense, where the possession is there, but when it comes to really the defining moment, we haven't been as concrete as we have in like the last season, right? I think that's one of the things that's kind of worried me. We're scoring where we were scoring 3 goals, 4 goals. Now there are games where we're scoring 1, we're scoring 2. We only, for example, in Champions Cup, we only scored 2 in Jamaica. Right. Like, I think we should have scored more for a team that supposedly is better. Supposedly a better attacking team now than last season. But last season we kind of looked better. I don't know. How do you kind of feel about that? Are you seeing the same thing as I'm
definitely seeing the same thing from an Inter Miami standard, because this team has a completely different standard from any other team. We have the best players in probably MLS, and maybe even in CONCACAF, like in the Americas. So it's like when you have players like, first of all, Messi and Suarez, obviously the big two, but with Velasco Segovia, with Tadeo Allende, and even with like Fafa Picault, it's like you expect this team to score a lot of goals every single game, to have the creativity, to have the connection, the chemistry. They're all being South American or all of Spanish descent, some sort of Spanish descent. And with all their gifts, you would expect them to be high scoring games every single time. But we haven't, like you said, we haven't really been seeing that. And it's throwing a lot of people off. It's throwing me off, you off, obviously. And I don't know what it is. I mean, like, it could, I don't know if it's just like, because Messi was on fire. Suarez was on fire last season. And maybe it's just a slow start. Maybe to what's could be something very amazing later on down the line. Because at the end of the day, like, we have to also look at the bigger picture. Like, this attack is a whole new attack with Tadeo, Fafa, and Messi and Suarez are the only two that are kind of staying. Delasco, like, these are all new attacking players, new players to try to adapt. So I'm like, and we're only a month in, or like 2 months in now.
Yeah.
So we still have way more football to play. So I'm hoping that something better comes down the line, and maybe we'll start scoring more goals as we get more comfortable. But I can see where the concern lies.
Yeah, that's definitely an area that I didn't think we'd be a little bit concerned about. But on the other side of that, the defense, there's not as much concern as there was last season.
Yeah, has been fantastic.
So that's good. We've gotten quite a few
so we
clean feeds. We basically flip-flopped. But but I think it's easier to fix that offense or to get back to than
1,000%
defense. So that's good. I guess just to kind of end this, we're going to Canada. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken. So,
are we going to Canada? Are we going to Canada first?
Yeah, I believe we're going to Canada first. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure we should be going to.
That's going to be.
Canada.
You want to take a plane, or how do you want to get there? You want to take a bus all the way up?
We'll take a road trip. We'll take a road trip.
We can do a road trip.
If you guys in chat are in the area, you guys are more than welcome to hop on the back. We may get a pickup truck from U-Haul or Home Depot, and then you guys can hop in the back, and we'll make our way to Vancouver, and that'll be fun. But it's going to be cold, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's probably cold.
Slightly.
I think it's stadium. What is it? BC Place or something like that. 55,000 people. If you want to check,
55,000 people.
I think so. I think it's 55,000 people. And I think it's a synthetic field, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a little.
Yeah, it's called BC Place. It holds 55,000 people. In downtown Vancouver.
Can you check if it's synthetic? Let me see if it's.
It's a multi-purpose field.
Multi-purpose.
Retractable roof. Making it 1 year.
I'm sure for us, if it's cold, they won't close the roof for us. I'm certain they won't they won't turn on the heaters. They won't. They're gonna want to make sure it's extra cold.
It's extra cold for us.
Yeah,
I can't see anything that says like.
I had read that it's a synthetic field. Trying to see if I can make sure.
Apparently, it is climate controlled though.
Yeah, but I don't think they're climate controlling it for Inter Miami. Believe me, they want to make it as cold as possible for us. I had read somewhere revitalized artificial turf.
It says synthetic. Yeah, new synthetic turf called Polyton Liga Turf RS was installed in the new playing surface.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
I'm not 100% sure what that is. I'll try to get it.
This turf is rated a FIFA 2-star rating, meeting high standards for soccer stadiums. The stadium is known for the retractable roof, and the turf was replaced recently with a new system. So it's supposed to like withstand all weather conditions, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we all know there's always
turf.
A bit of fear when there's turf. I mean, I don't doubt Messi's going to play. There should be no talks about is Messi playing because it's turf or not. That's not a conversation. Sure. But there's always some worry there with synthetic fields because of injuries and that sort of thing. So that's something just to be cognizant about. But I think it's going to be it's the semifinals. It's going to be a tough game.
Messi, everyone's going to play. Whoever's available is going to play. And I'd rather have Messi play a full 90 over there on a turf field in Vancouver than 90 minutes against like Houston or something. I don't know. Dallas.
100%. So it definitely will be a tough game, and we'll still have to do
I'm
a
excited.
preview episode for that. But this is historic. Inter Miami's never made it to the semifinals of a Champions Cup.
I love to
We got
hear it.
knocked out last season in the quarterfinals. This is redemption. This is and I'll say this for Ashley. Ashley was talking about it. Championship DVD. She was saying in the previous episode, which that's something new that Matt and I learned.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a moment or a situation or an event where that's kind of like what sets off that championship journey. And she was telling me yesterday when we were watching the game, she's like, as soon as the game ended, she's like, this is championship DVD. This is the moment that they knew that they were winning or that they're gonna win the whole thing. So I hope that's true, Ash. Wherever you are, I'm not sure. I should ask her where she's going. I have no idea where she's going.
No, I don't know.
But, this may be it, the championship DVD moment where we all look back, and this was what made them. And hopefully, not just that. I think Champions Cup. There's a team that can win Champions Cup. There's a team that can win MLS Cup. That can win it all this season. So
this is ours, and we have to take it.
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
I have full confidence in our boys.
Yeah. Yeah, so before we go out, just read these couple comments and then we'll head out. Team has grit. They're buying into Match's system and his belief system that they can always win. Love seeing Match's emotions during matches. 100% emotional coach, always shows it on the pitch, and I loved it too. I also loved I know you were talking about Cello. I thought it was cool how he was facing the other way, kneeling down, facing the other way when Messi was shooting his penalty. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did not see that.
He wasn't looking at the penalty. I wish I would have had that image to show up. It was pretty sick, actually. He was facing the stands and just looking away, and then he celebrated just based off of what the La Familia.
We could probably post it on Twitter later if we have that.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Hope new Argentina midfielder coming soon. Baltasar. Yeah, hopefully he'll be good. Thanks, guys. Vamos. Thank you, Ethan, for being here. Thank you, Miami King, Alex, Sergio. Thank all you guys. Hopefully, Machirano rest the players for these important games. Yep. Hopefully he does. So, guys, we come to an end. We had that crazy episode at the beginning. We'll see if we can merge it with this one, a live broken down into two. First time that ever happened. Yeah. So, just make sure you guys follow us. I'll go ahead and put that up for you guys. Actually, let me take off this comment just so that everybody can see it. Yeah, so just make sure to follow us at Messi and Co on X. And then if you guys want, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel of 5 Reasons YouTube, 5 Reasons Football. You guys can follow us in here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. If you guys hit the thumbs up button, more people get to see it on YouTube, and that so more people get to enjoy this. And we just really appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be back later on what's today?
Today's Thursday, the 10th.
Yeah, so let's see. I don't know if we'll put out another episode maybe Friday or Saturday, but we'll make sure to put out an episode for you guys previewing the next game and talking about what's next. But we really appreciate you guys jumping in on this last minute. And vamos Inter Miami. Talk to you guys later.
We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.